Hello, you beautiful people, and welcome back to I think the 23rd or the 23rd episode of the West Ham Save. I'm starting off in a club vision because we're doing great on all this, and I think it kind of tells you the kind of difficulty. The reason why this save is kind of difficult is the club and the expectations and the media predictions and everything is so far below where we're actually trying to reach. And you may see in the bottom right a couple little spoilers, but let me walk you through things. So, let me walk you through what happened in the last episode. We beat Aston Villa 3-0. We then drew to FC Copenhagen 2-all. Not at all what we needed. We wanted to start off strong in a very difficult Champions League phase. A 1-all against Arsenal, not a bad result, but it was not perfect. We needed to start pushing. A 3-2 win over Chelsea in the Carabao Cup, where Romelu Lukaku had 2 goals disallowed, which would have obviously been a difference. A 1-0 victory over Chelsea, again a goal from Lionel Messi. Oh, and there was another goal I completely forgot to mention. Anatoly Trubin scores from a Lionel Messi corner kick to equal things up. So this is why it felt so bad, is we have been so fortunate. Arsenal really should have battered us, and yet we were bailed out in the 90th minute by our own goalkeeper to keep us in. Messi swung it in, Trubin at that nearest post. But yeah, we've been bailed out. We've been fortunate in a 2-1 loss to Ajax. Again, those are a couple of the winnable games we have. We have so many much harder games to come. And then a 1-0 loss to 17th place Everton, where we didn't even look like we were going to score. So it's left us wondering where these goals coming from. Because we aren't scoring anywhere, and we're now going to face 2 of the best teams we could face. And I'm left honestly wondering. Lionel Messi's fitness continues to be really, really poor. That's kind of his big problem. Jarrett Bowen picked up an injury. He is thankfully just about back. I don't even know if I want to start him though, for risk of more injuries. Kudus isn't entirely fit. And here you're literally seeing the problems. So I've gone to this 4-3-3 with Samu as the anchor man, and that's not worked amazingly well. To be honest, the only formation that's worked somewhat decently has been this 4-2-3-1. So I think that might be what we go for, with Rakov having to lead the line. But just the Powell, I don't think this fits the team. I'm going to go with this. I'm going to change Rakov to be the pressing forward no matter what. Let's hope, because I don't have much hope in me, to be honest, so I'm praying you all have your fingers and your toes crossed that we can actually come out of this with at least a point. But we really do need 3 points. We're 8 off of Arsenal, though they have a game over us, so we've got a game in hand. We can bring it down to 5 points, and it's not bad. This would only be our 8th game of the season. There's still 28 left to go. 20 left to go. But I'm not happy, because I really wanted to be pushing for a title, and Borges is injured. This is such a bad moment for that to happen. I'm going to bring Scott McTominay on, swap him with DePaul, then have Ward-Prowse there, McTominay. Oh shit, that was Souček. Oh well, I'm fine with Souček being there. I would much rather have had McTominay. It's a 4-4-2 from Manchester United. Maybe there's something there, but it is United with the first highlight of the game, and it's Diogo Dalot on it. Ward-Prowse put some pressures back to Lindelof. Lisandro Martinez. They have not changed the squad much in 3 years. Rasmus Højlund. Don't play. I've seen News Mediterranean so far. Luke Shaw now on it. Souček, a very good tackle, and Ward-Prowse. I was fortunate not to bring on McTominay, it seems, as Rakov beats Rashford, and now it's Joao Mario, dispossessed by Bruno. David Raya launches that one forward. Todibo wins the header. Souček to Paul. Ain't naughty. Can he pull this across? Fans Rakov, and I don't think that's gonna. I do not at all think that's gonna stand. I saw the assistant on the side there with his flag up, but that's a very good start to proceedings. An opening goal, yes, it's disallowed, but we're clearly showing at least a sign that we can make David Raya try and have to get out of his comfort zone a little. But it's Mason Mount released. That shot's well wide. Trubin missing the days of those consecutive clean sheets. Come on, lads. Bruno, back to Martinez. The plan is to press and press and press, but I'm not seeing that anywhere. There's Mount over the top. Anish Mehdi. Oh, it's off the post into Debo. Barely clears it. Mehdi Taremi. So close there. I don't know why I called him Anish Mehdi. It's Mehdi Taremi. Sorry about that. Oh, 0-0 at the break. Nervy, very, very nervy. Chance again for United. They at least begin with the ball. Lovely tackle there by Petr Rakov. And here he is. Can create something. Fan Souček. Oh! Thomas Souček off the bench with the goal. Do you know what? He has actually performed very well in that box-to-box role. And a good assist there from Petr Rakov. And 12-1 from me. He's very good at the hold-up play part of the game. And there is the idea that maybe we do move to a 4-4-2 similar to Manchester United and have Rakov be a little bit of a supporter to the likes of Lionel Messi and the young French striker who I always forget the name of. Here we are again. Can we make this 2? We could go 2-0 up. This would be huge. Samu! Oh, just off the crossbar. He's starting to slowly break his way back into the team. I'm not necessarily sold that he is going to be a guaranteed starter, but I'm always happy to at least see what they can do. Shaw wins that ball, plays it up to Marcus Rashford. Rashford, great work there by João Mario. Jean-Claire to Debo. This is lovely work. As Bowen brings it forward there toward Prowse. Petr Rakov again. Ain't naughty. Go on, you've got so many ideas in front of you. In the end, just a terrible cross. And it's given way here to a Manchester United counter-attack. Bruno, lovely fake to Debo to Rashford. And it's 1-0. Marcus Rashford just before the 70th minute capitalises. And it's so frustrating because that was really poor. Well, we need to make some changes. We're going to bring Kudish on to that right-hand side, I think. And DePaul's not having a great game. Going to have Kudish on the left. Lionel Messi on that right-hand side. Maybe that could be something. Messi not really touched the idea of being a winger with him. You know, being nearly 40 years old and all. But can he sort something out here? It's the one thing we're asking. And here we go. He has a corner kick. Messi in. Souček with a second goal of the game. Thomas Souček puts us back in the lead. What a day it is for him. Samu off for Umar Saleh. And there is a couple different options here we can bring on. And I'm going to bring on Ben Johnson. No, I'm going to bring on Emerson. Ben Johnson actually has played a couple games for us. And it's been pretty solid. I'm glad to have him back after his pretty uneventful loan spell last season. And we have moved all the way up into 3rd place after that win. If we can hold on to this for just a couple more minutes here and added time. 95, 96, 97. And we beat Manchester United 2-1 at the London Stadium. A double from Thomas Souček as he makes a big statement as to why he needs to be a perennial starter for this team. Oh, what a game that was. And Borges is out for 4 weeks. And he just continues to underperform and really make me question what I spent £40 million on. But that's a great win, and definitely as we go into the Champions League quarter-final rematch against Bayern Munich, I feel a little bit more confident. I do. Maybe not a ton, but a little bit. Anyway, I'll see you there. And we are back for the Bayern Munich match. This is the squad. It's a lot more familiar to the one we started out with. Very first game, the only difference is Diamande and... Well, first game with Messi. Diamande in the squad. I'm very happy with this team. I think we've got something going. Morale's slowly starting to rise up. I think that game against United helped out a lot. I'm so sorry. I've got such bad gastric reflux when I start talking. Just having a little bit of water. This type of stuff in my next episode, in my next series, I'm going to edit out, but this is just a little bit more intimate. Bit more, to be fair, that's what I like about... That's my plan, at least, for this. Is why I mentioned nostalgia in the last episode. Was, I think it was the first episode of this season. Was just the idea of this being like an old school, like, there's no real editing, there's nothing, it's just come with me as I try and figure out how on earth do I get a team like West Ham to win the league when I'm not that good at FM. And the Hall of Fame challenge is going to be really, really fun. I'm super excited for that save. But when I finish this one first, the last thing I want to do is pull myself too far apart where I'm trying to do two different saves at once, and in the end I can't record either. Because I'll get one episode of one out, I'll get one episode of the other out, and I'll be too busy thinking about the other one. You know what I mean? Anyway, this game's going very well against Bayern, in that it's still 0-0. Malik Tillman, I think, was someone we looked at signing, is over at Barcelona. Maybe we should have signed him instead of a couple of the players we did, but I'm happy. Look at our defence. It's playing superbly well. We're doing so many things right now defensively. Souček back in the squad definitely has improved it, but his fitness is low. Pretty much everyone's fitness has dropped off a cliff. So I'm going to have to bring Soleil in. I'm going to also take Kudish out, who does seem to struggle quite a bit. And the only real option we have is either DePaul or Diaz. I'm going to go with DePaul there and Diaz. So a triple change. Two of our wingers and our DM, our most important positions, swapped out. The idea being we can do something a little bit... We can be a little bit of a different type of threat. As Souček intercepts, Rakov, forward, fans Lionel. Go on! Yes! Lionel Messi turning back the clock as he scores a wonder goal against Manuel Neuer. Over a decade ago now, he did that exact same thing. And Manuel Neuer, who watches his biggest rival across the pitch from him have the easiest game of his life, has to watch in shock and awe as the same old happens. History is doomed to rewrite itself if no one changes the novel. Wow. 1-0, a goal from Lionel Messi, who was really starting to hit his stride. Ward-Prowse, Arthur McTominay were no longer super reliant on him. And now a last change. There's a couple different ones we can do, but I'm so just looking around. It's going to be Benny Boy. Joe! Do not tell me what I've just seen. It's going to be a Manuel Neuer own goal. That is not true. That is not true at all. The corner kick came in from Rodrigo de Paul. McTominay, or was it to Debo? It's off the crossbar and in off of Neuer. We are 2-0 up against Bayern Munich. The form is turning. And could we make this 3? Messi to the back post. Head away, forced to Brahim Diaz. Oh! Brahim. Maybe he needs to be starting more than he is, because what a goal that is. The ex-Real Madrid man makes it 3-0. And if we do have a repeat of last season, a game like this really tells you all you need to know. A wonderful goal there from Brahim, and we win 3-0 against a Bayern Munich side who was so good last time we faced them. They seemed unstoppable. And all the drama that came out last time, finally things feel better Do you remember those games? How could you forget them? That 3-all draw. But this time the defence is better. And we showed that. What a game. What a goal. I think that may well be it all for today. Though it is a quite short episode. Oh, I'm so happy with that 3-0 victory there. We have just done the double over United and Bayern Munich. I'm scared to go on and do maybe a third match. Because, wow, what a goal. I'm kind of in awe and shock here. I don't want to go on and ruin this run of form. We finally got 2 wins in a row again against different opposition. This tactic is so good. It definitely does work its best magic. I'm going to have to think about changing up this one. It's not really worked for us. But we win against Bayern Munich, a 3-0 decisive victory. And I think that is going to be it all. I'll leave you all with a question. Looking at this squad, and one of the key players is Thomas Souček, who you hardly realise. And he's from the Czech Republic, a pretty small footballing nation. Famous for players, of course, like Petr Cech, Patrick Schick. Yeah, like there's some decent players. But remember back at the very start of the season, we talked about how good Jamaica's squad all of a sudden is. What is the best country, or maybe even just the best player from a non-footballing country? Does that make sense? So like, Jamaica isn't a footballing country, but has some very good players. The Czech Republic isn't a footballing country, but has some great players. What's another country like that? You could argue Norway. The last few years have really grown in strength, like of Haaland and Ødegaard. You wouldn't necessarily think of Norway as a football nation. They've been around a long time. Not many great Norwegian footballers have came out of that country, and all of a sudden there's a big surplus. So I don't want to hear any like Ivory Coast or Croatia, because they are massive footballing countries, especially the likes of Croatia, one of the most respected footballing countries in the world. What's a country who doesn't really care, like, what's like the player from a non-footballing country who you love, who you adore watching? My one, I'll have to probably give it to, I don't know, Percy Tau from South Africa. Pretty modern, pretty different, but big fan of Percy Tau. Now 31 years old in this world. Yeah, go back and watch his work at Malamodi Sundowns. What a player. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all again in the next episode. Bye bye.